well, very thrilled to announce that we are bringing back vinyl to India.
Vinyl is back. Black is back.
So we just set up our first vinyl cutting facility in India in the 21st century. It was happening very much so till the 80s, till 1983, where you had the major players such as HMV, now Saregama, who were manufacturing in their facility in Dum Dum. The factory got shuttered in the early 80s. They're releasing a whole batch of new records for the first time to the Indian audience and, of course, to the rest of the world. Digital sound is compressed, it's compromised, it's a lower format. When we talk about analog sound, it's a continuous wave, it's a smooth curve. So digital is a series of bits and bytes, it's zeros and ones, which are reflected in this step ladder format, and that's why you could listen to music on vinyl, on records for hours at end and not get listener fatigue or ear fatigue. And all our field recordings are done in high fidelity, and we actually had to dumb them down even for CD and like dumb them down 10 times for iTunes. So we don't have to do that anymore.
We went to Germany earlier this year in January and went for a training basically for a day for like almost 16 odd hours, where we learned how to cut a record, also assemble and dismantle this machine.
So this is beautiful artwork, and then you open the album and you come out with the inner jacket, and then you come out with the record inside. There's beautiful artwork. This whole experiential nature of the music was kind of getting lost. This is an expensive proposition, and it is a labor of love. It did involve a lot of field work, a lot of research.
It's virtually impossible to get to really less expensive vinyl. You can bring it down only by when there is such a demand that you are getting into a pressing situation. Currently what we felt was there's a demand which can be covered by a cutting facility where we are cutting as many as we want to.
For me, it's always had this visceral charm. It's a tactile experience. So it's experiencing sound in multi-dimensions. It's also learning more about the artist, reading the liner notes, figuring out where this music is coming from. It brings back that, there's the nostalgia value as well.
As far as vinyl, even in India is concerned, you see a lot of new, even Bollywood albums being released on vinyl, the soundtrack. I'm sure the numbers will increase, though it will still remain a small percentage of the entire listening market. The bright side is this is the only part of that market which is actually growing. Ever since the word has been out, we've been getting calls and musicians and other musicians who want to release their stuff. So people are getting in touch, and it's nice to know that there is some it's ringing some bells around here.